Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have a 2008 Ford Explorer with a 4.0 liter V6 engine. It's coming from New York. Andrew Poiser. This computer was actually here, or his original computer was here a couple of weeks ago, and I deem it as not repairable. That was actually a computer that was repaired by somebody else. So I found a donor for him, sent the computer, and now he has other fault codes. His main concern, or his first concern, was not shifting properly. And now he has the dreaded faults of the purge valve, the O2 sensors, which is something I can definitely repair. I contacted the seller for the donor computer, and he sent me to go ahead and repair the computer. He will take care of it, so that is actually good because it's supposedly a good computer. But he owner the computer. I said it's not a problem. I can repair that because it's very, very common. So let's do a test. Let me just show you some of the information that I have gathered. I have the computer ready connected in here as I normally do, which let me relocate the camera a little bit. As you can see better the scanner and so on when we do the test. I have his folder open. Let me show you the fault codes that he has now. It's oxygen sensor heater bank 1 sensor 1, bank 1 sensor 2, bank 2 sensor 1, and bank 2 sensor 2. So all the O2 sensor heaters. He has an EGR, which is also EGR A control circuit, and the P0443. So I'm going to check all of the circuits. Now we're going to do a bidirectional control, and then we go from there to see what we find. Let me get the Phoenix in the screen. Let me see how big is that. So let me relocate that and make it a little bigger for you guys to see better. So I don't cover the module. So right now, I already located the computer or connected the computer. You can see it says it's in there 2008, and the last digits on the VIN is 8 as a letter A, 97155. So they know that this is their computer. I'm going to do right now a test. You see right now off, it says no error. But when I click on, it goes into yes error. And I can hear the valve opening and closing, but probably it's not doing correctly. When I switch it off, the error goes away. So it's definitely something it's not liking. Maybe the driver is not as strong as it's supposed to, and it's just partially opening, or it's not liking the resistance in the circuit. We don't know that because it's no help from the manufacturer as far as that. So let me go over to the other tip we can do, which is in here. And one thing that I noticed immediately too is when I'm doing that actuation test, the O2 sensor should have light up, and I didn't see that. But let's go over to the fold menu. In Force, you can do the key on, engine on, cell test. That should perform all activations of the purge valve, the AC relay, etc., and all the O2 sensors. So I have 4 test lights. I got 2 connected here. Let me make it a little better to see in there, and then 2 here. So for the 4 O2 sensors, and I have the original purge valve. I'm using the one for the Muslim, which I think is the same one in here. I got the other one in here, which they look pretty close to that. Let me just show it to you. This is the one for the F550s and F150s, 250s. If you look at the valve, they look almost identical. The bracket is the one is like kind of like on the opposite side, but the valve itself looks, all the connections are exactly the same. So the only thing that will tell you which valve you got or not is the bracket, because I will go in the opposite direction. I'm going to keep that in there just to see if by any chance we're using the wrong valve, because I can connect and reconnect the other one to see if the fault for the purge valve goes away, but we'll see. Let me do the test in here. So we're going to do the cell test. Again, you can see the activations on the O2 sensors in there, and that should, like after the cell test, it should give us now a fault for resistance, which is a completely different fault code. It did the activation, but this should be flickering and flickering and flickering when it's doing the test. So I can definitely see immediately that we have a problem. And I should have recorded a test that I did on this computer before sending it out. So it's hard to say now if it's because something is wrong in the car or because it was just an old computer and it's there now. So let's scroll for the faults, and we can see here all the auto sensor fault codes heaters, and this should not be there. We should have now only resistant fault codes. So definitely it's telling me that the problem is indeed in the computer for all these circuits. The purge valve, which is at the bottom, we have right here the P0443, is the only one right now that I want to redo the test, and I'm going to switch these valves. Again, the connections should be the same for me here electrically. So let me disconnect that valve and connect this one. Pin. And let's exit here. I don't want to clear any DTCs or nothing. I want to go over to the active actuation tests and perform the output test mode. Again, in here, the auto sensor should have come on. I can add data streams, and this is, I'm going to go to the E, which should probably have it selected because we were doing a test. Yes, it's still selected. We're going to click on OK. See, right now it's showing with the valve connected, it's showing an error. Let's do on. And it's on. And right now we see that it's not like in the valve that we have now, off. And I can hear the valve. Oh, actually, it just went over to the same, no error when it's off. And yes, error when it's on. So we'll have to retest this valve to see if this computer can use either one, because I'm not sure if it's any difference as far as resistance or the amperage for this. So we can see on, and we can see how the amperage goes up, and it shows us error. So, all right, so guys, this is definitely 100% reproducing the customer concern, which is normally what I want to do, because I want to do these same tests after I repair this computer. Which, if you want to see more in depth of what is taking place to repair this computer, is I'm going to put in the description of this video another video that I did where I go over removing the component and installing it. I show just partial. Again, I don't want to teach what is done. I just want to show you partial of what is happening when I'm doing the repairs, because I don't want to make this video too long. But let me just fix this one up, and I will probably show you when the computer is open, and I'm in the process of heating it up with the hot plate and everything, and then when it's done. All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, just to give you a short update, as you see, I'm right now heating up the component. I always heat up slowly the entire board in order to remove safely the components without damaging anything else, because this is very important. These components or these computers, you don't want to remove the board from the case. I mean, in some occasions I have to do it, and when I do that, I tell the customer there is a 50-50 chance that the board will not be talking again. So, and those are few cases that I have all the tools and everything, but sometimes the heat transfer component or compound, sorry, it almost glue the board to the case, and when you try to remove it, it flexes it and breaks pads that you cannot see, and it's just impossible without an X-ray machine, which I don't have yet. I might get it, but not yet. All right, just again, just a short update. It's a little bright in there, but yeah, that's what I'm working on. I'll be right back. All right, guys, the repairs are completed. Let's do a test again and see how we do this time. All right, so let me move you over to here so you get a better look of the scanner. Let me put the Phoenix back in the screen. I am ready, connected again to the computer, and Andrew will know that this is definitely his module, but because of that sticker. All right, so let's do the read of the fault codes. Key on, engine on, cell test. Key on, engine off, cell test. All right, that should flicker when it's doing the test. We'll see. Okay, that's exactly. That's a good news. I know now, and I heard the valve sound completely different. So this is great. That should now give us the resistant fault. Obviously, I have test light and not the real auto sensors right there. P0054, P0060. Bank to sensor 2 resistance, heater resistance. You see, this is definitely very different than what we had before. Let's see what else we have in here. Oh, those I don't care. All right, look, P0446. Evap control the 4430 or 443, sorry. P0443 is no longer present. So this is telling me that we have no longer problems in the computer and everything is good to go. Let's go over to the actuation test. And this is very unique to Tap Done, the only scanner that I can see that can do this with the vehicle off. All right, output test mode. We're going to do the same selection. Probably still there because I didn't turn off the scanner, but let's add data streams. We're going to add the same data streams as before. By going into the E, is in alphabetical order. Yeah, it is still selected. So I'm selecting evap, emission canister, purge fold, evap emission vapor management valve, and amperage. Right, I click on OK. Right now it's shows error because we have not done the test. So let's click on. Let's click it off. All right, so let's do it again because I am using the same valve as before. So let's do on. And we have error. So, okay, let me click it off. I'm going to switch the valve. Unplug this one. Let me get the other valve here. Because the one I'm using is for the F550 or F150 or so on. Let me use the one for the Mustang. Just make sure we can see that with no faults, which I honestly, with just the sound, I know is no issues, but let me do it right. At least to test this as myself. So this is the upper one. This is the lower. Doing this without glasses. It says Mustang, and I have marked it as Mustang, and they're different part numbers. And these for the F550, again, the only difference is the bracket. You see, in order to put the bracket down as the Mustang, I have to face the valve opposite. If I want to show the valve with the same orientation, the bracket is now facing up, and on the Mustang is facing down. All right, so let's repeat the test. On. Oh no, it still shows error. So this might have, I might going to have to get a different valve for this one too. No error. And yes, error. It's not liking the resistance, but I can hear the activation properly. Let me also make sure one thing because I might be in the wrong pit. Let me cancel this 1 second and add data stream because if I remember properly, this has 2 different fault codes. Because this management fault, let me remove the purge because this is called vapor management valve. So let's click on OK. And let's click on. No error. No error. All right, let me switch the valves again because it's obviously this is not the purge valve. This is the vapor management valve. So I'm just doing a test for anyone that wants to know if this valve can be interchanged as far as testing wise goes. And I want to know myself as well. Let's do the same test. It's off. So let's do on. So it is no error with either one. And this is definitely the correct fault code because this has no purge valve. So we have, let me go back to, is it still on? Let me go back to the test mode to make sure it's off. Okay, now I select it off. Let me do the, and I was actually wrong. A little inconclusive on which valve can we use. It looks like both valves are working good. So let's go over to the fault codes. I'm going to, well, actually, let me erase fault codes first. So clear the full memory. You saw how they, oxygen sensor came on for a second when you clear the fault codes, because those are emissions related, right? We're going to do the read of the fault codes again with a key on, engine off self test. You need to see the flickering of those. You see it right there. That is exactly what it's telling you. And I can hear the valve completely acting different. That's what I said at the beginning. It was like, I know this is good. I just selected the wrong pit because these scanners are generic, right? So it has multiple pits that are not for a specific. If you were to be using four would not put that pit. The data pit is just to select what you're looking for in sensors. Because this computer doesn't have purge valves. So let's see if we have the P0443, and we don't right here. So we got P0406 and P0446. And I don't have the AGR valve, and also already replaced. I don't need to test it because I know, I already tested outside the video. I just run out of test lights for what this is the problem, or not the problem, the test. But everything, we no longer have the P0443, and that's it. So this is pretty much, guys, I know this is 100%. I have actually 100% success rate when I repair these computers in Mustangs, F-150s, F-550s, 250s, any of these engines or these type of computers that have the 3 connector like this. I am very successful on this. I am getting attacked, bombarded by loan offers, phone calls, and I never answer, but I did commit an error of sending like, please stop. As soon as I reply, they know that you are a real person. They keep bombarding. It's been literally 3 months of nonstop calls from loan companies, and I don't need loans. So please back off. And it's impossible. I have blocked, I don't know how many numbers already. All right, guys, thank you so much. Andrew, sorry for the delay. I'm trying to make my best in here, but it's not a module that I repair. I just find you a used module, and I hope that you understand as well. But yeah, right now everything's working properly. I'm going to be shipping this back to you. No charge to the customer. This is completely covered by me and the supplier of the module. So Andrew is going to be a happy customer, and I expect when they get this back, put them in the truck, and everything was good. Hopefully, Andrew, and I will always ask my customers if you please can help me with your honest review of my services. That will help my small business a lot. It's like you guys here on YouTube. If you subscribe to the channel, which is for free, YouTube promotes more and more my videos that way, and you help my small business being promote a lot faster that way. Thank you so much if you do so. See you next time. Bye-bye.